By the end of today's episode, you'll know all about what type of clothes to wear in auditions and self-tapes for the highest shot of getting booked. Welcome to the Actor's Career Compass, where we help aspiring screen actors find high-quality auditions, sign with great agents, and book major roles in legit productions. I'm your host, Martin Bentsen, and today we're going to be talking about clothing and how to use it to increase your chances of getting booked. We're going to talk about the idea of why dressing to suggest is more effective than full costumes. We'll talk about the best colors and clothing styles that work for on-camera auditions, and how to capture your character while still keeping the performance the focus. So, the first thing is you want to dress to get across the idea of the character rather than trying to dress just like the character or exactly like they would look, right? So you want to choose clothes that generally give kind of a hint about who your character is, but you don't want to overdo it. So here's a couple of examples, right? Let's say that you're doing a business role, okay? You could use a nice blazer or button-up shirt. You could do a tie as well. But when you're doing a police officer, let's say, well, there, maybe you'll wear a button-down shirt, like a professional type of shirt, but you're not going to wear a full police officer outfit. Now, if you're doing a casual role, you could just put something simple, right? Like a plain t-shirt or a sweater. For an edgier character, you might want to wear darker colors or a leather jacket, right? So something a little bit more intense. So you want to kind of give off the feeling of the character, but you don't want to dress up exactly as the character probably would dress in the production. And again, when it comes to wearing full costumes, right, many people in the industry are going to tell you that you should skip the full outfit, okay, unless you're actually told to wear it because it can be distracting. Now, that said, though, I do want to talk a little bit about this because I personally don't discourage it as much as I used to, and as some other people in the industry might discourage it. Some casting directors don't really mind too much. In general, it's not going to be something that really angers them or annoys them if you dress exactly like the character. But I would say that this more so applies for smaller independent projects, right? If you're submitting for student films or indie productions, many of those directors are going to get a kick out of it, right? If let's say you're doing a football player and you dress up in the football outfit, these indie directors, these small filmmakers, they're going to think that that's cool. And so in those situations especially, I don't discourage it at all. Now, if you're doing a period piece, generally speaking, you can use some small details to hint at the time period, but you don't have to, again, wear the full costume. Now, in terms of the clothing in general, you want to keep things simple, right? So solid colors tend to work well, like blue or black, gray, brown. Try to avoid super bright colors like a strong red or orange or yellow. Simpler, darker, or muted, cooler tones, those work a little bit better than those hot tones. You want to also avoid busy patterns, right? So try not to wear strong stripes. Definitely don't wear large logos or any crazy designs that are going to take people's attention away from you. These rules are kind of similar for headshots, actually, with what you should wear, but avoid jewelry unless it's minimal or it fits perfectly with the character. Try to just generally avoid really crazy, flashy jewelry that could draw the attention away from your performance. Next thing, obviously you want to be comfortable, right? So just make sure that your clothes are well fitted so they look good, but they're also not too tight so that you're uncomfortable. And then lastly, you just generally want to look neat unless specifically the character is calling for something kind of crazy, right? So you want to have Your clothes should be clean and ironed. Don't have super wrinkly stuff on because it makes you look like you don't care and you're not respectful and unprofessional. And hair and makeup, generally your hair should be fairly neat, and your makeup, keep it natural, similar to what you would do for headshots so that you look the same. You want to look as similar to your headshot as possible. So ideally, you should have a similar hairstyle and a similar type of makeup that was in your headshot. Again, unless the role or the instructions asks for something very specific. All right, so thanks for listening. Now, if you want to dive deeper on auditioning specifically, I recommend checking out my podcast called How to Analyze Scripts to Book More Auditions and Roles, and that's episode number 95. You're going to learn all about how to break down a script quickly and easily, which is obviously very important for successful auditions and self-tapes. Okay, so check it out. Again, it's episode number 95, How to Analyze Scripts to Book More Auditions and Roles, and it's on the Actor's Career Compass. Lastly, if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you can learn more about how that works at my website, martinbentsen.com. We'll speak and we'll see if you're a good fit for the coaching program. Thanks so much, and I will see you soon.